SNT has been making some pretty cool FPV cars for some time now, like their R27 race car, their JP SUV, and most recently their 4x4 off-road truck in the Y60. Well, they're back again with a new car, this time in the 370Z. So let's check this out and see what's new. Okay, so here it is, the Q25 370Z car, and this thing here is amazing. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Q25 series, they're 1/100 scale cars, good for around 30 to 60 minutes of drive time with the FPV camera, giving you a really immersive experience. Now, this one here, SNT has a history of choosing very popular cars in the car community, like the R27, which is like a Nissan Skyline car. This time they've gone with the 370Z, a car that's also popular among car enthusiasts. Let's open this up and see how this one here looks. Okay, so here's the sleeve here on this one. This one here has the car of the 2000 GT, but it doesn't really matter. This is just a sleeve on here. Really, really nice. I've done also a review on this one as well, along with the JP truck. And you just remove the sleeve here. Now the artwork here is pretty nice. I'll leave this right here so we can see. And let's see what's inside. Ooh, it's a little different box than before. Enjoy driving pleasure. Start your champion road. This is amazing. Anyways, let's open this up. Here you go, your quick start guide, which is pretty nice. Here's your full user manual. This time you have some stickers in here. It's a little bit different. Wow, that's a lot of stickers. Holy crap. They have all the cars. Guys, as I said before, the artists doing the job on these boxes and stickers, they're doing an amazing job. Whoever's doing the graphics on here. These are good pictures to use for ads and stuff. They've done a good job with these pictures right here. Anyways, these are all stickers. You can put these things anywhere you want to. All right, then you have a foam cloud here. You have your USB-C to USB-A cord, and that'll be used to charge the car. And then you have your radio right here. Nice foam wheel here, canted. Nice ergonomics on here. And then you have your battery bank on the here. And this one here, it looks like it has a battery in here. And there's a couple of versions of these. You have some with the AAA setup and some with the 18650 battery. This one seems to be like a AAA setup. That's a very common battery size. That's available in most countries. And here you go. Here's the car itself. This thing looks amazing. So wide, this cartoon look. And it does fit the bill because these 350 and 370Zs on the road, these things are very aggressive, very wide cars. And that's why they're choosing these. And then down here you have your goggles. Nice, here's your SNT goggles, and it also comes with antennas and a AV cord so you can actually send the information out or bring information into the goggles. Besides that, you have two ramps on here. I don't know if I'll use those today. I might use them. I have our track down there. It's actually set up for the Y60. I have an off-road track on there, so I don't know if I can drive this new car on that track because there's a lot of like obstacle courses and stuff on there for the Y60 truck. Now, guys, I've done a full review on the Q25 series. So if you want specifics on this, as far as the drivetrain, the battery, how to bind it, all that good stuff, all the features, and these cars are detailed, guys. That's one of the highlight features of these Q25 cars, is that they're highly realistic. You have rubber tires, you have independent front suspensions, you have headlights, you have turn signals, you have brake lights. It's really, really cool, guys. A lot of details into this, and on top of that, you do have the FPV camera, which we're gonna take a look at right now. So let's open this up. All right, here's your FPV camera, pretty standard, and here's your car. Now, you can use this as a stand if you want to display your car after you use it, or since this one here is a real, you know, Nissan 370Z, opposed to the other ones, you know, they said it was R27, when in reality it is like a Skyline car here. I do suspect this one here will be used more as a model. Like, in fact, if I owned a 370Z or I was a 370Z enthusiast, I could just buy this, put this in the glass case, and put this on my shelf, and that would be pretty cool because actually my own personal cars, my own project cars, I do have some models down there as well, which is in a glass case. So this would be pretty good as just a still stationary model. But yeah, you can actually drive this. Now, I do love this theme here, this black and white theme. It looks like this panda theme on here. From the Q33, their first FPV car, there's been a lot of great detail in these cars here, whether it be the paint, just the turn signals. And this one here is no exception. This one here looks like the Nismo version of it. It has a wide body kit. It has the front splitter on here. It has the spoiler on the back and then the twin exhaust. This one is reminiscent of the Nismo edition of the 370Z. So they did use the most aggressive 370Z on the market. Now on top here you have the sunroof, which can be removed on here. Just remove this here and that's your connection points for your FPV camera. And you can easily put this on here. There's some magnets on here, it just goes on top and that's it. Your camera is connected to your car and you can have pretty cool racing with this. This one looks really amazing, guys. All right, so yeah, the details on here is pretty cool. Let's power this up and see if I can bind it. It should be bound automatically on here, but let's put this on and this should be a switch in the back here. It's already on, so the battery is charged. Okay, same power switch, press it once and it's already bound. You can see the glow on here. This thing is just glowing. For this time though, I'm gonna put it off. I wanna see the headlights. Headlights work pretty good. And then if you press the trigger on here, it should move forward. And then there's your brake light. Pretty cool. I love this white color. I'm glad they have this one here. Now, it comes in two colors, guys. It comes both as a white and as a pink, which is really cool. Especially this is a Japanese car. They like to paint those cars in different colors, bright colors. Or if you have a small girl, this is an easy way to get them into the FPV hobby by buying a pink one for them. So this is really good for their birthdays or for Christmas, guys. Really good gift right here. Now, pretty straightforward here. You have your steering right here, left and right. And as you see, as you turn, you can see the turn signals come on here. You go to the left one comes on. And the same thing for the front. All right, let's see how this thing drives. All right, it is fast. It drives just like the R27. It's fast. I think I might have it in the high mode here. There's a power setting on here. You can change the power on this. You can go from, I think, 70% to 100%. Let's bring this lower down. Yeah, it's a lot slower now. This thing is amazing. And then put it back to high power and it's faster. Oh yeah. All right, guys, look at this. That's pretty sick. Look at that. It does donuts, guys. That's pretty good. Let's power on our goggles. Now the goggles here is pretty cool. This is a full-fledged box style goggles. It also has a DVR built into it. You have these antennas on here. You have a few features on here like record, channel up and down, menu. And as I said before, you can put an SD card in here and record your driving. And I would highly recommend it, especially if you buy more than one. I would definitely recommend the FPV version. It's more immersive and then you can have more fun racing against other friends or family members with the FPV version. So I'm gonna put the antennas on here. It comes with two antennas on here. And it's always wise to put the antennas on your goggles. Now this has a built-in battery in here. And that's good for a long time. They haven't really designated the actual operation time on here, but I've used this goggles multiple times in the past. I can get easily over an hour with a full charge on this. Now, besides that, this is a full-fledged FPV goggle. So if you do have FPV drones, this can also work with your analog FPV drones as well. So this is a pretty cool investment if you want to get into that industry or into the FPV hobby. It's on. And this is easy as just removing this. And once you put this FPV camera in here, it should power up immediately, which it did. You can see the red lights on here. So it's powered immediately. I don't know if it's on the right channel. It is on the right channel right here. There it is. There I am. All right, I don't have an SD card in there. If I did, I can record it in there, but it's pretty cool. There it is. Boop. So that works pretty well. Just putting this on gives you a really immersive experience. And as you can see, guys, I took my glasses off. I've used this multiple times in the past. So if you do have a prescription, then this glasses is not gonna fit in there unless you have really, really small glasses or you're wearing contacts. But for me, actually, guys, even with my prescription, I can easily drive this. Luckily for me, I can drive with this. The distance is just the right distance on here so I can see this even without my glasses, so I never have any issues with this. Really cool. All right, so let's take this on the track and see what it can do, guys. Okay, so we're back from our test drive, and the 370Z did an amazing job. This thing is super fun, guys. And the image coming from this camera here is very clear going to my goggles, just like any other Q25 car on the market. Now, we did a series of test driving this 370Z, including some drag racing, and this thing was super fun, guys. This thing is very peppy, and I did drive this thing in the high mode during the drag races, and it was really fun and fast, guys. As you can saw in the in-car camera, this thing moves around really fast. So I had a lot of fun driving this car, and you know, that goggles experience is so immersive, guys. Sometimes you kind of forget you're actually in a room, and a lot of my competitive nature did come up while I was driving this car with my wife. So shout out to her for driving that car down the track with me, but that was pretty fun, guys. Tell me what you think about that drag racing series there. Now, besides that, I did also take this on the road course, and this thing really shines on the road course. I don't know what is up with some of these cars. Now, I have some of the other previous Q25 cars, but this one here seemed to be a little bit more planted, guys. But this is the same Q25 chassis, so I don't know if that should make any difference. It's actually the same wheelbase and everything. So even in the corners, this one here is less likely to tip over compared to some of the other cars. I noticed that a lot while I was racing it. And this thing is really impressive around the corners, guys. Really good. Now, let's talk about to me, the best part about this car, and that's the aesthetics, the details on this car. This thing is highly detailed, and of all their cars, to me, this one here is the most accurate representation of the car that they're trying to show or present. And I really like this design, guys, especially this color here, this white and black theme, like a panda theme. And this car is just super sleek. I really enjoy looking at it, guys. As I said, it's the first time out of all the Q25 cars where I really enjoy looking at it more than driving it. And to be honest, guys, this one's probably gonna spend more time in the display case rather on the track, just because it looks so good. Now, having said that, I'm a little bit biased with these cars. I do appreciate a lot of these Japanese or import cars. I don't own one of these, but I do know a lot about these cars here. So for me, this one here is probably gonna live in a glass case or the display case, and probably on my computer desk because it looks so good. And that's another thing, guys. These cars are meant to be driven, but the way that SNT is going with these cars with the detail, this would be a perfect car for a car enthusiast or someone who actually owns maybe a Nissan car. They would highly appreciate this, a kind of representation of what they're interested in. And obviously it's twofold because you can actually drive this as well. Now, as far as the experience with the goggles and the radar, never wanted to have any issues. This is the same Q25 chassis or basis, so it sure works like any other Q25 car. This thing works well, it records. I never wanted to have any issues with reception on these goggles, and the steering on this is really good. Really good improvements over the years and months with these design of these cars. Now, I'll leave links to all these products down below, including the car, as well as the goggles and the radar if you want to buy those separately. But just like any other car, you can also get it in this whole bundle here where you get all these things included in the box. Now, I've done some other reviews on other Q25 cars, including the R27 and the Y60 right here, off-road Jeep. I will leave those linked above right here. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.